everyone, and welcome to another episode of Inappropriate Movie Database, the comedy game show about content warnings. I'm your host, Nick Martucci. We are back after a week off. I am thrilled for this show tonight. It's gonna be so fun. Before we get to that, let's talk a little bit up top. First of all, if you're new here and you're not a member of the Facebook group, you should go ahead and join the Facebook group. If you search Inappropriate Movie Database or click the link in the description of this video, that is like the community of this show. That's where I book this show for the most part. Also, if you're not on Facebook, maybe you're on Instagram, Twitter. We're at IMDb Game there. You can find most of the same information there. I just put out last week the post for booking October of this show. So if you are interested in being on this show, I would love to have you on. Please go to any of those pages and you'll see the list. And you know what? I never talk about what shows are like coming up. So I'm going to just read through these. Most of these still have some space coming up. After we finish off the month this Thursday, we're doing black and white movies again. Then Monday, October 3rd, it's Mean Girls Day. So we're doing Mean Girls movies. That's movies with Lindsay Lohan, Lacey Chabert, Rachel McAdams, or Amanda Seyfried. Thursday, the 6th, we're doing movies that you might not know have a sequel. That one's wide open. That is too esoteric a theme, but just something that I keep finding. And it makes me
booked.
On Monday the 10th, Josh Poirier is hosting the show. I'll be playing along. We're doing sad movies, so we'll see how that goes.
I'm also booked.
Thursday the 13th, Marty Viscosi's hosting. I'm playing again. We have a spot still open for horror sequels.
Michael, you're on that one.
Monday the 17th, we're doing movies with long titles. Any movie with 5 or more words in the title. If you have trouble remembering titles, that might not be the show for you.
If I'm not on it, put me on it.
Sammy.
You are on that one, Sammy. Thursday the 20th, we're doing that is the show that our friend Sammie James is hosting. That's horror recommendations from Sammy herself. That show is overbooked right now, so don't try to get on that one. I can put you on the wait list, but no show filled up faster than that one. On Monday the 24th, we're doing movies that critics and audiences disagree on. That's any movie with a big difference between the Rotten Tomatoes audience score and the Rotten Tomatoes critic score. Wow. And we're ending the month on Thursday the 27th. We're doing movies with monsters and or aliens. Just one more.
Oh, no, I'm not. I can't.
No. One more horror related show to get you ready for Halloween. And if you're interested in any of those shows, like I said, most of them still have space available. So go now to any of those pages, send me a message, comment on the post, say you want to be on. I will have you on. With all that said, tonight on the show, we are doing movies with Spider-Man. So that is, you can tell by the background and the t-shirt. It's all Spider-Mans tonight. And it turns out there wasn't enough for the main 3. So we are doing movies that feature maybe Tobey Maguire, maybe Andrew Garfield, maybe Tom Holland. We're also doing all of the spider heroes from Into the Spider-Verse. So that is Shamiek Moore, who played Miles Morales, Jake Johnson, who played Peter B. Parker, Chris Pine, who played Peter Parker, Hailee Steinfeld, who played Spider-Gwen, John Mulaney, who played Spider-Ham, Kimiko Glenn, who played Peni Parker, Nicolas Cage, who played Spider-Man Noir, and Oscar Isaac, who played Miguel O'Hara. So Toby, Andrew, Tom, Shamiek, Jake, Hailee, John, Kimiko, Nicholas, Chris, Oscar. I assume you're all going to forget a lot of those other names. So just try not to think too much about it.
Is it a qualification to play Spider-Man to have like 3 first names as your full government name? Like you were shouting out first names there. I heard like 48 of them. I don't know what.
With all of that said, it's time to bring in these fine folks. Joining me on the show tonight are Kirk Broussard, Michael Valentine, Lloyd, Legacy Sharp, and Sammie James. Hey, everybody.
Howdy.
Hey.
Yeah.
Now, right before we took that time off, your first guest tonight, I feel like they did pretty well and then kind of faltered towards the end, if I'm remembering the show correctly. But always a thrill when she's on. Sammie James back on the show. Hey, Sammie.
I won that game.
You did, didn't you? I was trying to pull up as I was ramping to it, and I'm like, I cannot remember.
She didn't do that great.
I feel like
on this show, just because you won doesn't mean you did that great.
That's true.
Honestly, first of all, you're welcome for one of the worst intros I've ever given a guest. Yeah, I forgot.
It's okay. I intro you on the 20th.
Well, Sammie, how are you feeling about this topic tonight? Do you like Spider-Man, first of all?
Sure.
You give a shit?
Listen. Honestly, growing up, he was probably one of my favorite superheroes. Like now, I'm just like, I'll give any Spider-Man thing a chance. Like, I mean, probably the Marvel hero I'm most interested in seeing another movie of. You know.
Just a fun character. Do you have a favorite Spider-Man?
I think my favorite Spider-Man, who's not an option, probably the voice actor for the animated series. It was just like how Kevin Conroy is my Batman, you know?
I mean, it's totally, because that was one that I watched as a kid and forgot everything that happened. So I've been going through it on Disney Plus, and it's pretty fun.
Okay, good. I was just like, don't tell me it's not good.
I mean, not all of it holds up. There's one episode in particular.
So it's like the Batman series. Sorry,
where it's they're really trying to drive home the problem with urban youth in the 90s. That, if you want to hear Spider-Man say something about being with the homies.
Well, that's the one. That's the one with the Morbius, who isn't a sexual predator.
Morbius is a long arc in like the 3rd season. Yeah, that's a fun choice. I can't remember that actor's name. I just know he's Prince Eric.
Yep. He was also in the Brady Bunch movies.
Oh,
it was him, wasn't it? Yeah, he was the oldest Brady boy.
Again, those are also two
Show
movies.
Greg Brady some respect. My goodness.
Thank you. That's the name.
Brady boy. I mean, disrespectful.
You know what?
Mike and Carol worked hard to raise young Greg, and I'm sorry.
Than those others that you can't remember.
Well, that is a fun choice. Welcome back, as always.
Michael.
Well, speaking of, let's just go there now for his 5th time on the show, long overdue return. Michael Valentine's back. Hey, Michael.
Hey.
Now, thank you for stepping in. I know you were a late addition to this.
I usually am.
How do you feel about this topic? I know that you were saying that you're a little worried.
I love Spider-Man. I've actually liked all the movies. I am going to tank this like nobody's business because I can't think of anything that anybody else has been in. That is like, I may have seen a movie they were in yesterday. I still can't think of it. I can't think of a single name. Like I could think that movie where he was doing that thing. You'll get a lot of that from me. Titles, forget it.
He rode a horse.
It was that guy, and he was doing stuff. What was it?
Tobey Maguire from Cider House Rules. You know him, right? Well, do you have a favorite Spider-Man?
I have to say my favorite Spider-Man. I did like the animated one from the 90s, but it was depressing, so I didn't. My favorite is so far is Tom Holland. I think he looks it the most. He looks the part the most. He does look like he's a 16-year-old boy who doesn't have a clue. So
he's got that balance right of being the kind of dorky Peter Parker and then the quip slinging Spider-Man.
Yeah, you'd think he was. I mean, Tobey Maguire was really good, but it just Tom Holland's really kind of my jam there.
My only problem, and I like Tobey Maguire, I love Kirsten Dunst, but those first three movies, especially as they go on, it's just competing cry faces.
I know. Oh, there's like, it's like, do you love me? It's like, you two live next door for how long? Just get over it. Like, it ain't happening. Just come on, moving on.
Well, Michael, welcome back. Also returning to the show for his fifth appearance on the show, new favorite, Kirk Broussard, back on the show. Hey, Kirk.
What's up? I am so excited about my overall lack of knowledge about Spider-Man. I think I saw the 1 and 2 starring Tobey Maguire and portions of one of the new one. Yeah, with Tom Holland. The whatever the one is where the school bus is like dangling, and I think that's involved. He like nets it up, maybe. I don't know. But I've seen all kinds of other movies, and I've also found out that none of this matters on this game show. So
you finally figured it out. These themes mean so little.
So little.
It just narrows down the list of 1,100 movies that I have.
Exactly.
So I'm just going to venture a guess that your favorite Spider-Man is Andrew Garfield.
I mean, if I'm voting exclusively on whose mom I like the most, I would go Tom Holland, because Marissa Tomei, I've had a crush on her for the last 30-something years. And yeah.
Yeah, so, no, she is the best.
That's not his mom. That is his Aunt May. I thought.
Well, come on now. That again, proving my knowledge of Spider-Man overall. I'm focused on Marissa Tomei.
Watching the live stream, they're like, no.
Ever since she gave a baboon heart to Christian Slater, I've been in love with that woman. That is an old reference.
Untamed Heart.
Untamed Heart. I remember that movie.
Yeah, that's the only weird thing about the new Spider-Man movies is every once in a while, there's almost a brief feeling of sexual tension between Peter and Aunt May, and I don't know how much I love that.
I mean, you'll never see it again.
No.
But listen, it's not a spoiler. They don't know why.
Well, Kirk, welcome back. Finally, returning to the show, I want to get this right. For his 27th appearance on the show, Lloyd Legacy Sharp back in the Zoom room. Hey, Lloyd.
Hello, Nicholas.
How you doing tonight, Lloyd?
Well, as you know, I live about 6 minutes from Fenway Park, and there is currently a Red Sox game happening with a rain delay, and people are very, very angry outside this window right here. So I feel like I made the right choice by being here instead of outside my home tonight.
Oh, yeah, no. Streets are dangerous when baseball fans are out.
Yeah, I know. I was here when they won in 2004.
Well, Lloyd, how do you feel about Spider-Man?
Okay, I'm going to try to keep this brief. My mother, who was a huge Superman fan back in the 80s, thought that Christopher Reeves played a better Clark Kent than Superman. I have people in my family subsequently who thought that Val Kilmer and Michael Keaton was a better Bruce Wayne than they were Batman. My favorite Spider-Man is Tobey Maguire as far as the movie is concerned, but he's not my favorite Spider-Man. He's my favorite Peter Parker. I wasn't completely into Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man, but I felt like he played an amazing Peter Parker. I don't have a favorite Spider-Man in the movies because none of the Spider-Men I've seen in the movies have been better to me than the Spider-Man that I grew up with in the animated series. But if I have to pick a movie Spider-Man, Peter Parker, Tobey Maguire, because Peter Parker, not because of Spider-Man.
I mean, it's the dorky charm of Tobey Maguire. I think that was the thing that you especially notice in No Way Home when they're all together, that he's just always had a dorky dad energy, which makes it real weird that he's a founding member of that Pussy Patrol or whatever Leo's group is.
I feel like if Tobey Maguire played Peter Parker and that era's equivalent to Tom Holland played Spider-Man under the suit, it would have been perfect. But I just couldn't buy Tobey as Spider-Man. He was not Spider-Man.
I will say, I think he was my favorite Peter Parker in the recent third movie. I was just like, oh, look at this like dad to the just like
Andrew Garfield, I love him to death, but he was just too sexy as Peter Parker. I was like, come on now. Peter Parker didn't get laid. Come on now.
Somehow Tobey Maguire even made that awkward dance sequence in Spider-Man 3 that has held up in the best and worst way possible. I feel like only Tobey Maguire can make that work. And for that, my favorite Spider-Man in the movies, and not because of Spider-Man. The best way.
It's also a great nerd fight. You got Tobey Maguire and God, what? I can't remember his name. Eric Foreman. Fuck.
Well, I have no favorite Spider-Man.
Okay.
I have no favorite Spider-Man.
Yeah, Topher Grace. They really just cast on, well, Venom looks like Spider-Man, so Eddie Brock should look like Peter Parker.
I know.
Yeah. If only freaking Kelso came out and said "burn" as soon as he got hit, would have been great.
You know that weightlifter from the comics. Topher Grace.
Also, in the animated series, Hank Azaria, I only just realized in the rewatch, is Eddie Brock in Venom.
Is he? Oh. Okay, so it works.
Well, great choices all around. Thank you all for being here. You all know how this game works. You're all veterans of the show at this point. If this is your first time watching, here's what's going to happen tonight. I have gone to IMDb, the Internet Movie Database, and I have pulled parental warnings for a bunch of movies starring some Spider-Mans. These warnings, I don't write them. I don't know who writes them. I'll never know who writes them. They're anonymous weirdos, and none of them want to come forward.
You know one of them.
Wait, did you just say you're one of them?
No, you know one of them.
Oh, I know a couple of people who have because of this show have since written stuff, and I think that's diluting the pool of genius that already.
Yeah, that doesn't count. I don't think that
counts.
I'm gonna start writing these. I don't know what year this movie came out, but I think this happens.
Well, I'm going to read these warnings. My friends here are going to try to figure out what movie these warnings are from. We're already 20 minutes into the show and haven't started the game, so let's start the game. And to do that, Kirk, I'm going to go to you first. Like I said, there isn't going to be a lot of room in the years this time out, so good luck, everybody. Kirk, would you like a movie from 2004, 2017, or 2019?
Let's go 2017.
2017. All right, first movie of the night from 2017. There's a Spider-Man in it for 5 points under the category of frightening and intense scenes. One scene features a man close to drowning.
Too late for the Titanic.
All right, okay, Kirk, you have a guess. What do you think this movie is?
2017. Hacksaw Ridge.
It is not Hacksaw Ridge.
Oh, darn it.
For 4 points under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, A man takes a cyanide pill to prevent him from being captured and interrogated. A close-up on his face shows foaming at the mouth.
I was getting ready to say a movie, but then I realized it's the movie that was just said. No, like I was like, what's that movie called where he does the thing? And like I don't know if the cyanide thing happens. So I'm just like, oh, that's that movie.
All right. For 3 points under violence and gore. Various war and battle sequences featuring hand-to-hand combat, guns, bows and arrows, grenades, spears, sword fighting, and gas explosions.
Damn.
Yeah, my God, all that's missing is like lightsabers and phasers. Like,
I really love the idea
everything.
that this is a Tobey Maguire movie.
All right, for 2 points under sex and nudity.
Oh, that chess movie was wild.
The main character's panties can be seen under her skirt when she fights people.
Wow. Okay.
Kirk has
This
a
might
guess.
be a
Anybody
Tobey
else?
Maguire movie.
I mean, I don't
All right,
remember.
Kirk, what do you think?
Yeah, I'll guess Black Widow.
It is not Black Widow.
Is that even the same universe?
That is in the MCU.
Okay.
All right, final clue for 1 point under frightening and intense scenes. Despite the lighter tone in comparison to other films from the DCEU, the film has a surprisingly extremely mature and down-to-earth portrayal of war violence, which actually paints warfare in a completely negative light by showcasing the horrors of war in vivid detail. All of this is pretty intense and might be a little too much for some viewers to handle. Sammie has a guess. Nobody else has a guess?
Oh, what the hell?
Michael also has a guess. Michael, what do you think this movie is?
Suicide Squad?
Sammie, what do you think?
Was a Spider-Man in Wonder Woman?
It is not Suicide Squad. He played Peter Parker in Into the Spider-Verse. It's Chris Pine. He also played Wonder Woman's love interest in Wonder Woman.
Curses.
Son of a bitch.
Steve Trevor. Couldn't think of his name, kept wanting to call him Trevor Noah.
Oh, that would have made it a much different movie.
At the end of the first round, Sammie is in the lead with 1 point.
Yeah.
Lloyd is in second with 0. Michael at -1. Kirk at -2. Lloyd, wait for these years. Do you want a movie from 2018, 2019, or 2020?
Oh, that's a real variety there.
Mm-hmm.
How about 2020?
2020.
It was such a good year. Yeah.
Fond memories of
A good movie year. Remember going out to theaters in 2020?
I don't, and that's what was great.
No.
Listen, those 2 months were great.
I saved so much money on popcorn.
From 2020 for 5 points under frightening and intense scenes. Some scenes dealing with grief and the death of a loved one.
Fuck it.
Sammie has a guess. Anybody else? What do you think, Sammie?
It
Hold
was
on,
probably
Lloyd. Hold on, Lloyd. Lloyd, you have a guess. Why do you have a guess?
Why do I have a guess? That's a good question. I don't have an answer.
What's your guess, Lloyd?
Spider-Man No Way Home?
Sammie, what do you think?
I think that it's 2021, or maybe even this year. But I'm just gonna take a wild swing and say Tick Tick Boom.
It is not Spider-Man No Way Home. It is not Tick Tick Boom.
Yeah, I know.
Took a shot.
It's like, listen, someone dies in that movie.
Oh, I know. If someone didn't die in that movie probably wouldn't exist. For 4 points under frightening and intense scenes, there's another short car chase. Police chase after 2 characters, a bit more intense than the last one, involving some destruction.
Oh, fuck. The name of the film.
All right, for 3 points under frightening and intense scenes, a dragon threatens a town, and the main characters in particular.
Oh, was what I was thinking.
I'm starting to put something together, but
For 2 points under frightening and intense scenes, some skeletons are seen in a sequence where the heroes have to outrun various traps. This includes a gelatinous cube, which is shown to disintegrate whatever it touches. Lloyd has another guess. Anybody else want to guess? Lloyd, do you know what this movie is?
It wasn't Jumanji, was it?
You're right. It is not Jumanji.
Wait, can we do that? Can we just can we win by raising our hands and saying what movie it's not?
I can tell you can't win by doing that. I still took a point from Lloyd. All right, final clue for 1 point. Gonna be a long game, it feels like. Under alcohol, drugs, and smoking. After the main characters get pulled over by the police, their dad's legs stumble clumsily out of the van, leading the police to believe that he is intoxicated. And one of them asks the legs to walk in a straight line. Played for laughs.
What the
okay, I don't know what this is.
Crazy ass dark movie was that?
Now these drunk Renaissance fans
nobody knows.
That's...
All right, I'll call it. This movie stars current Spider-Man fave Tom Holland, as well as other real shit Marvel actor Chris Pratt. It's Pixar's Onward.
Oh, no one saw that.
I did. It's pretty cute. I mean, Chris Pratt's character was made to be Jack Black, and it's crazy it isn't Jack Black. But other than that, it's a fun movie.
This is what I get for picking from 2020.
He's been trying to be Jack Black his entire career.
Who could blame Jack Black?
Well, Sammie still in the lead now at 0 points. Michael is at -1. Kirk and Lloyd tied at -2.
My goal is to win with negative.
Michael, would you like a movie from 1993, 2010, or 2016?
2010.
2010. From 2010 for 5 points under violence and gore. Many men are seen dead inside a flaming building.
Flaming is in on fire or is in gay?
Pretty sure that was
Very good question. I don't have
What
that
year
answer.
is this?
This is
2010.
2010. For 4 points under sex and nudity, quite a lot of sex references and jokes, but not as raunchy as Deadpool.
Okay.
Okay. For 3 points under profanity, one very brief use of cunt, said by an 11-year-old, so mostly comedic. Kirk has a guess. Anybody else?
Oh no, I don't.
No.
You don't. You're just giving a thumbs up.
I think I have my thing set auto recognize it.
All right, awesome.
Oh.
For 2 points under frightening and intense scenes, just like Watchmen, it tackles the scenario of what if superheroes were real, but with a more fun and satirical approach.
Oh, fuck. What is
Sammie has a guess. Anybody else? What do you think?
Oh, I know what
Sammie?
it is.
Go ahead.
I was originally going to just guess this as but this is Kick-Ass.
Starring Nicolas Cage. This is Kick-Ass.
I just didn't remember the name, but goddamn it!
Right. Yeah.
I was just like, oh yeah, Nicolas Cage is an option. I didn't because I was.
Nicolas Cage opens up a whole lot.
It sure does.
Yeah.
Final clue under profanity. There is a hero named
Kick-Ass.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
There is.
I would have done it. I would have done
That
it.
probably would have been a bit of a given.
Well, I didn't give the name. Sammie's now at 2. Michael at -1. Kirk and Lloyd still at -2. Sammie, would you like a movie from 2013, 2018, or 2022?
You know what? Let's do 2022.
All right.
Go for broke.
From some point in the last 10 months, this movie, 2022 for 5 points, under sex and nudity. Talk about a character thinks Humphrey Bogart was a porn star. Sammie has a guess. Anybody else? All right, Sammie, what do you think?
Listen, I actually have not seen the movie, and I'm very sorry about it because this is my second time guessing. But I'm just like, I don't remember what year it came out, and I don't know if this scene happens in Tick Tick Boom. But here we go. Take a point away. I'm winning.
It is still not Tick Tick Boom. For 4 points, under frightening and intense scenes, brief threat in scenes of kidnapping, knife threat and gun threat that are occasionally uplifted by the comedic humor.
Wow.
Yeah, the humor's pretty comedic in this movie.
I guess so.
All right, Kirk, what do you think this movie is?
All right, I haven't seen this movie either, but based on my research earlier, like I said, it was a 2022er and it's Uncharted.
Michael, what do you think?
I was also going to say Uncharted based entirely on the fact that Tom Holland's in it, and I'm relatively sure it came out in 2022.
It did come out in 2022, and Tom Holland's in it. It is not Uncharted, though.
I love it.
Wow.
Curse it.
Nice. Well, listen, now I know what movie to guess the next time 2022 comes up.
For 3 points, under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, frequent alcohol use. The main character gets drunk at his daughter's birthday party.
We'll go back to another Nicolas Cage one.
For 2 points, under sex and nudity, several sexual references, some more graphic than others. Fuck is used sexually multiple times. Cage makes a gesture for oral sex.
I was right about the Nicolas Cage thing.
Lloyd has a guess. Kirk has a guess.
Can I get
Anybody
that
else?
clue again?
Several sexual references, some more graphic than others. Fuck is used sexually multiple times. Cage makes a gesture for oral sex. Okay.
No, that wasn't this year.
Kirk, what do you think this movie is?
Fuck, the unbearable weight of massive talent. Something.
Lloyd, what do you think this movie is?
Babylon?
It is not Babylon. Kirk, you got the title and everything. This is Nick Cage in The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
I still haven't seen that either. Like the Cage reference, like gave it away because I know conceptually what it's about. I think like
That was a movie?
It is a
Yeah.
fun movie.
Yeah.
It is in my top 3 for the year.
Should watch it.
The unbearable weight of this.
Yes, Nicolas Cage plays Nicolas Cage, who gets hired by maybe a drug pin to meet him at his residence in like Mexico or something, to try to act the script that this guy wrote for him. And it's like a buddy action comedy. Pedro Pascal is the other guy.
Yeah.
It's very fun.
Yeah.
Did he do a better job in that role than Arnold Schwarzenegger did in Last Action Hero? Because that's still my freaking bio demo comedy movie.
I would say if you like Last Action Hero, you like this. I would say that yes, he does a better job than Arnold Schwarzenegger, but that's purely from an action standpoint.
Fair. All right.
Final clue: under sex and nudity, Nick Cage kisses an imaginary version of himself when he gets drunk. The scene is very awkward and played for laughs.
That sounds like it's just a documentary about Nick Cage.
I mean, yeah.
And who could blame him?
Sammy is at 1 point. Kirk is up to -1. Michael at -2. Lloyd at -3.
Remember how much better I did when I didn't guess? Good times.
Kirk, would you like a movie from 2007, 2014, or 2015?
Fuck. 2007?
2007. From 2007 for 5 points under frightening and intense scenes. Some villains and spirits are spooky.
Oh my god, I want to get that on a t-shirt and merch that shit for this Halloween. Wow.
It's vague as fuck. It's more vague than a Facebook status.
Also, shout out to Doug Fitzgerald in the YouTube comments. Doug needs to come back on this show soon.
Hi, Doug. That clue is so vague.
For 4 points under violence and gore, a lizard bursts into flames as the main character speeds by.
That first clue is so vague, though. It's so fucking vague. Oh, God. Okay, I'm done.
For 3 points under violence and gore, there are 4 demons: air, water, and earth, as well as Black Heart, or the son of the devil. And they each have large, very pointed teeth, misshapen and discolored eyes, and utilize loud screeches or growls.
Nicolas Cage is being involved somehow.
Kirk is a guess. Anybody else?
No.
I don't know.
What do you think, Kirk?
I'm gonna be mad.
I'm guessing again, just because we opened up this weird Cage world. I'm gonna say Ghost Rider.
We are in a 3 in a row Cage match. This is Ghost Rider.
Oh my God.
Oh, how could I
Fuck
not
yeah.
thought of
I've
that?
never seen that shit either. I almost guessed that on the second one where when he rides by or whatever you said.
I've only seen the sequel.
This is caging it up. I haven't seen either of those.
Curse you, Cage.
I had to say,
You couldn't find 12 movies with Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, and Andrew Garfield?
I mean,
That was intense.
we've used a lot of them, I will say. That is a problem that I'm running into month 10 of doing theme shows, is we've used a lot of these movies.
To be fair, Nicolas Cage was a lot more famous before he was involved with Spider-Man than Tobey Maguire.
Oh.
Fair.
Like,
Also,
it does open up.
but
the
like you're
decade.
completely ignoring the scene where the lizard bursts into flames in Seabiscuit.
I mean,
As Seabiscuit rides by.
I mean, yeah, Seabiscuit, but it didn't do as much for Toby as it did for.
I mean, I am consistently high enough on this show that you can do like repeat topics and questions. I won't know. I won't remember. Won't remember.
Kirk, you've moved into the lead at 2 points. Sammy at 1. Michael at -1. Lloyd at -3.
Curse you, Cage.
Other clues in that under violence and gore. When a man first becomes his alter ego, we see an extended scene where he begins to smolder. His shoes burst into flames, his eyes smoke, his face and head burn, and the man screams. We see the skin begin to burn off, and eventually he's left with a clean skull. And violence and gore, the main character falls off a motorcycle and screams as the fire begins to go out and his skin begins to grow back. He is shot many times by police. We see molten holes open up in his body, but he walks away from the encounter.
I just thought it was a great movie in this. That better be on this game tonight.
Lloyd, let's see if we can make it 4 for 4 and Nick Cage, or if we can get to another one of these Spider-Men. Lloyd, would you like a movie from 2012, 2014, or 2019?
Hope we can go back to the 90s.
Oh, definitely be Nicolas Cage.
Here, but 2012.
2012.
Hate that year. It sucked.
From 2012 for 5 points, under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, a taxi driver asks the villain if he is tweaking. This is slang for being under the influence of drugs.
Just a clue. Just that's on the IMDb. What the? Oh, just the first words of the sentence on IMDb.
I think we broke Lloyd.
It's gonna happen every episode he's on.
Why would you do that? Why would you put that as the first sentence?
Lloyd, are you okay? Is there someone we can call?
Like Ghostbusters. I don't know. Let's get water.
All right. Whoops.
What the fuck? Why did I do that? Why would I
Had to disappear for a second because my computer isn't plugged in, is what I just found out. For 4 points, under frightening and intense scenes, the atmosphere is just kind of dark. Like, more dark than usually in a Marvel movie.
Oh, God. Okay, fine.
Fine. You gonna try it? Lloyd, what do you think this movie is?
The Amazing Spider-Man.
That's 4 points to Lloyd. This is The Amazing Spider-Man.
Nice.
Andrew Garfield's first attempt at the character.
It was fine.
He was, I like him. I like Emma Stone.
Yeah.
It happened.
It's weird that there's a Spider-Man movie that has Dennis Leary in it.
I'll give the Amazing Spider-Man.
Listen,
it was better than
we can only wish he had played Spider-Man.
Andrew Garfield is my favorite Spider-Man. I stand behind my pre-show opinion.
Also in The Amazing Spider-Man, under frightening and intense scenes, a SWAT team inhales an airborne biochemical weapon, and they convulse as they turn into lizard-like creatures, which could be jarring for younger viewers. Sex and nudity. The lizard turns back into a human. His scales disappear and he is naked, but we don't see his genitals because it happens at nighttime. That's the only reason we don't see them.
Male genitals disappear at night. It's true.
When I was a kid, jarring scenes in movies built character.
And frightening and intense scenes, a teen boy stands in a room with a genetically altered spider, and he touches a web, causing spiders to begin to follow on him, and he is later shown being bitten in the back of the neck by one of the spiders. Later in a series of images of different species of spiders and various spider bites are shown. These sequences could frighten those with arachnophobia.
Now,
See,
where
all of these clues are really obscure.
Kirk still in the lead at 2 points. Sammie now tied in second place with Lloyd, 1 point each. Michael is at -2.
I am positive again.
Michael, would you
Always
like a
pretty
movie?
positive, Lloyd.
Michael, would you like a movie from 2004, 2018, or 2019?
2019.
2019.
The good old days.
From 2019.
By comparison.
From 2019 for 5 points under violence and gore, mild action violence, which sometimes results in off-screen injury and implied death. All right, Michael, what do you think this movie is?
I'm just going for broke. Tick, tick, boom.
I don't know how much action violence is in Tick, Tick, Boom.
A lot.
It is not Tick, Tick, Boom.
The gunfights just...
So much implied death in Tick, Tick, Boom. For 4 points under profanity, one use of bleeped language and another use of hell yeah.
That's profane. Hell yeah. Wow.
Was this a TV movie? It was bleep?
Hell yeah was profane in like 1973, but okay, fair enough.
For 3 points under sex and nudity.
Tom Holland wasn't alive yet.
Fair point. That's a fair point.
Around 44 minutes into the movie, there's a scene where a large character drops a towel and their rear end is completely shown. It is shown a few more times repeatedly.
Michael's like, I've seen this.
I've seen a lot of rear ends. I'm trying to run through them all right now.
Like, where did I see these cheeks in 2000?
For 2 points under violence and gore, a lot of fights against villains, mostly through hands and feet, since this is a spy movie.
What year is this?
2019.
19.
Lloyd has a guess. Anybody else want to guess? What do you think, Lloyd?
I'm going to be wrong, but it's what I remember from 2019, so I'm taking it. Was it Spider-Man Far From Home?
It is not Spider-Man Far From Home.
I should have known that when he said spy.
I said spy movie, not spider movie.
Right.
Yeah.
This is true.
For 1 point under sex and nudity. While transforming into a pigeon, a man pulls the front of his pants forward, looks down, and screams.
What?
I'm going to guess your hand isn't still up, Lloyd.
No, I'm sorry.
This is going to be wrong.
All right, well,
No,
you can get... No?
Oh, that was wrong. No, that wasn't it.
Nope.
All right. Second movie of the night we're not getting. The fun thing in common is it's another animated movie starring Tom Holland. This one is Spies in Disguise.
I've never heard of this.
Oh my God.
It is Will Smith, rest in peace, plays a spy who gets turned into a pigeon and then has to complete his mission. And Tom Holland's a little kid, a scientist kid who helps him.
Tom Holland is a little kid.
There is a lot of danger in that with the CIA. We don't give our agents enough credit for braving the possibly being turned into a pigeon.
At some point, was there a movie made based on Mad Magazine's Spy versus Spy?
I'd watch
Surprisingly
it.
not.
Yeah.
Will Smith should have stopped at Shark Tank.
Shark Tank.
All right,
Yeah, 'cause he
Nick,
couldn't do any better.
I'll send you my script. We'll get it done.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in that round, Kirk still at 2 points, still in the lead. High scoring game. Sammie at 1, Lloyd at 0, Michael at -3. Sammie, would you like a movie from 1993, 2016, or 2019?
93.
Yes.
93.
Nicolas Cage, but we all know that.
Yes. I'm going for broke on this one.
From 1993 for 5 points under frightening and intense scenes. A main character's bullying is quite strong and even scarier because of the actor's portrayal. Lloyd has a guess. Anybody else want to guess? Lloyd, what do you think?
Face Off.
It is not Face Off.
Damn it!
You think, you think that would have been the
I didn't
scariest thing
care.
Face
I
Off?
heard early 90s.
No, that was the whole thing. They was,
Fucking
one of
Face
them
Off.
was the other one's elementary school bully, and it
I didn't care.
Then
I-
it's funny
all
because
the way
Face
through. No, it's like one of these days for putting Kick Me on my back, I'm gonna take your face off.
For
Wow.
4 points under violence and gore, a boy cuts himself on a saw. There is blood, but it's not that graphic. For 3
Yeah,
points
I'm
under
totally-
alcohol, drugs, and smoking,
I already shot my shot. I got nothing.
teenagers smoke frequently, like it's a casual thing, but it is set in the 1950s.
Fuck.
That wouldn't be Face Off. Should have waited for that one. God damn it.
All right, for 2 points under frightening and intense scenes, the fight scenes between the stepfather and the son are very intense and disturbing, especially if you had a childhood just like the one being shown.
Mhm.
I know the movie. I don't know what it's called. It's sitting right up there, but I don't know what it's called.
All right, final clue for 1 point under profanity. Robert De Niro frequently insults his son in a very rude manner. Lloyd has a guess. Anybody else want to guess?
Nope.
Lloyd, do you know what this movie is?
Is this? I don't even know if it's right. Dreadfall?
It is not Dreadfall or
God.
Deadfall,
Deadfall.
which I think is the
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage movie you're trying to think of.
Yes, that was it.
Nicolas
No, this
Cage
isn't a Nicolas Cage movie at all.
Oh,
I
this
know
is
it's a young
That
Tobey
was not-
Maguire. That I know.
very
And
young
Leonardo
Tobey
DiCaprio
Maguire
was the-
and
was the
Leonardo
son.
DiCaprio in This Boy's Life.
Yeah, I didn't know the
Garfield
name.
Dugan.
I didn't know
I
the name.
apologize for dropping that F-bomb.
It is it's an intense movie, but very good.
The one time, once is it? You know what? Thank God Willem Dafoe never played Spider-Man. Or this would be even harder.
He was, oh my God. Nick could have made this so awful if it was just actors who were in Spider-Man movies. Whiplash! Whiplash!
Body of evidence. Definitely body of evidence.
It's just all Elizabeth Banks movies.
Ray!
Kirk is at 2, Sammie at 1, Lloyd at -2, Michael at -3.
Hey, fans of the show watching on YouTube in the future, at least I'm guessing.
Nobody can fault you for guessing, Lloyd.
I'm guessing too. How else did I get to last place?
We're nearing the end of this. 4 movies remain, 1 more for each of you. That means there's still 20 points on the board. We don't
Lloyd's
have
already
to go to
guessing for
0
his.
on all of these.
Lloyd's already like, I got this one.
I am uncertain of all things, including that.
Kirk.
Yes,
Would you like a
1952.
Unfortunately, the choices of years that you have, Kirk, are 2013, 2015, or 2018.
Fuck, I haven't seen anything in 2018. 2018. It was a great year for film.
It's a better year for gaming, but decent year for film too.
All right, 2018 for 5 points under violence and gore. The heroes begin punching and kicking the planet's control terminal, causing it to blow up. No one is seen dying, but it is implied. And let me read that again with the emphasis in the right place, like I'm not cold reading this. The heroes begin punching and kicking the planet's control terminal, causing it to blow up. No one is dying, but it is implied.
No, I have no idea.
For 4 points under violence and gore, the heroes accidentally run over a tiger while driving a van. There is no bloody imagery, as this is a kid's cartoon.
It's another cartoon. That's Tom Holland. Tom Holland in a cartoon.
Oh, it could be Nicolas Cage. Who would even know? Oh,
Andrew Garfield might have been in the cartoon.
Lloyd, what do you think this movie is?
Probably not, but I remember this, so I'm going to go for it. Is it Teen Titans Go to the Movies?
Starring Nicolas Cage as Superman. This is Teen Titans Go to the Movies.
Oh my gosh. Okay, wow.
it
I
was Nicolas Cage. Oh my
Who
God.
is the mother of my little cousin Jasmine?
So this-
I'm gonna tell Charlotte,
You
thank
just
you,
filled
Jasmine,
this
for
with
making me
Nicolas
sit down
Cage
and watch
movies.
that shit because I hate the Go version of Teen Titans, but for once it paid off. Thank you, Jasmine.
I love the idea that Nick had all the movies fine with the Spider-Man,
Mhm.
but then was just like, wait,
But what is Nicolas Cage?
Nicolas
in all
Cage.
this?
What's in Spider-Verse?
I'm glad that I chose some Nicolas Cage because you guys don't fucking know anything Tom Holland's been in.
I know that weird space movie.
Yeah, Teen Titans Go to the Movies, a great movie. And also that series gets unfairly hated. It's
I don't hate Teen
silliness.
Titans Go. I just have the original Teen
It's
Titans.
just not my Teen Titans.
Teen Titans was
I
good.
think-
Teen Titans
I
Go was
didn't-
dog crap.
It's so funny. It's
It's funny. I'll give you that. It's a parody of its former self, which is fine.
absolutely.
Which is fine. By the time I was done with Teen Titans, I just took it too seriously to
I
appreciate.
think that's the thing, is I don't have any connection to the original Teen Titans.
Fair.
So this show was just on in a hotel one day, and I got hooked. And I've seen this movie 3 times. It's very funny.
It's not bad. I saw Teen Titans, the original. I fucked up. It's my
He
fault.
does
Also in
think
this
it's bad.
movie-
His voice just keeps getting higher the more he's saying it. He did not like this.
Also in this movie, under sex and nudity, baby Superman is seen dancing, shaking his honeycomb, and the rear is shown.
That was a moment, yeah.
Violence and gore, the heroes place expensive jewels on Batman's mom before pushing her and Batman's dad into an alleyway. Off-screen gunfire is heard as young Batman watches his parents die.
Okay, now I'll watch the movie.
My little cousin Jasmine laughed at that. And her father said, "No, Jazzy, that's not funny." I'm like,
So yeah, just a quick spoiler. There's a scene where they think if they go back in time and stop superhero origins from happening, then they'll get to be the superhero team. And it turns out that the world is terrible without superheroes, so they have to go back and then make sure all of the superhero origins happen. So they put the pearls on Martha Wayne and they push them into Crime Alley.
"Yep."
And I'm guessing they blow up Krypton.
That's what that first sequence is.
Oh, Lord.
And finally, under sex and nudity, the film ends with Robin talking to the audience, saying, "Ask your parents how babies are made."
I love the idea that was apropos of nothing. Like, I didn't see this movie. I'm just picturing it just like out of nowhere. He just says, "By the way, ask your parents how babies are made." He may as well
he's
just gone like
yelling
this.
to
like
get it
parents.
out while he
like-
still has, yeah.
Also, Santa's not real. This is a kid's movie.
No, that is basically what that scene is.
Spoiler for what happened when he was watching it. My cousin Joel, Jesse's father, turned to her and said, "Don't ask me shit." It was a good
If
time.
you leave with nothing else tonight, give this movie a shot. If you hate it, I will apologize to you.
It's worth seeing once. I saw it once. That was enough. But
Listen, this is the only instance where I'm willing to watch Thomas and Martha Wayne die again.
There's an irony to it.
3
Except
movies
the scene in this season of Harley Quinn, pretty great.
Oh, absolutely. That whole season, excellent from start to end.
Yeah.
How weird is it that we have 2 versions of Harley Quinn now that are excellent and neither of them are original? Like I expected once Arlene, whatever her last name is, whose name is completely escaping me. I thought once she retired from the character, then that was the end of the character. But Margot Robbie, great. Kaley Cuoco, great.
Yeah.
3 movies remain. Kirk and Lloyd in first place with 2 points each. Sammie at 1, Michael at -3.
Oh boy, how am I in first place this late?
Because it's 2 points.
Yes.
If you saw Teen
Once
Titans
one
Go,
with 4.
and your niece is apparently a sociopath.
Lloyd, would you like a movie from 2014, 2015, or 2019?
Pick 2019, it'll be the Nicolas Cage one.
Thanks, Michael. 2014.
2014.
I got enough Nicolas Cage for one night.
From 2014 for 5 points. Under sex and nudity. There is not a hint of or at genitalia, but there are some sexual references, though not explicitly stated.
Why such weird wording? I am.
All right. Sammie, what do you think?
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and guess a Spider-Man. Okay, I'm gonna say Amazing Spider-Man 2.
It is not Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Listen, I got the year right. That's all I care about.
She's right. It did come out in 2014. That is true.
For 4 points under profanity, stereotypical, though unoffensive references to wizards, heroes, big business CEOs, big oil, women, men, followers, the police, cats, Mexicans, the Scottish, TV personalities, micromanagers, and
Are you
controlling
having a
fathers.
stroke?
Fox News, the movie?
That is under profanity. For 3 points under violence and gore. Several fights between characters, including punching and flipping. This is also non-violent and meant to have a cartoon feel.
If only Adam West plays Spider-Man.
God, that would have been great.
All right, for 2 points under frightening and intense scenes, part of a character's face is erased using nail polish remover. After, his parents are frozen in place with crazy glue.
That's a Tom Holland cartoon. God damn it.
Frozen with crazy? That's sticking. That's not freaking. It's cold. You have to. Victor!
Who's
Yeah,
Victor?
Victor. All right, great. Cool.
Was that a guess?
I don't know. I want to read this last clue, but I don't know if Lloyd is within hearing distance.
Go ahead and read it.
Final clue for 1 point under violence and gore. Note, this is a brick film, so there is no blood and little to no gore.
Oh,
Did you said this is a brick film?
It is a brick film.
I got it.
Does anybody else want to guess or just Sammy?
No, Nicholas.
You heard that clue? All right, Sammy, tell them what this movie is.
Is it Lego Batman?
It is not Lego Batman. This movie is the original The Lego Movie, which has Jake Johnson in it.
Notable Spider-Man character Jake fucking Johnson. Who doesn't know that? Victor!
Who's Victor?
Freeze!
Jake Johnson is the Peter Parker that trains Miles Morales in Into the Spider-Verse.
Yep.
Also, New Girl is where you might know his face.
He's
You know,
one
like,
of the
I
ones
know Jake Johnson.
He's one of the
I
ones
like Jake
looked at
Johnson.
a couple of movies earlier. Yeah.
He was in this movie where his mom leaves him money, but he needs to do like the list.
Win It
of
All?
things. What?
Is that Win It All? Or is that a different movie?
I think that's a different thing.
Win It All, he has a gambling problem.
No.
Okay. Well, 2 movies remain. Kirk and Lloyd still at 2, Sammy at 0, Michael at -3. Literally any of you can take the lead on this. Michael, would you like a movie from 2013, 2017, or 2018?
2018.
2018.
It's a night of Nicolas Cage movies. How can you not have Face Off?
From 2018, because I think we've done Face Off on the show like 3 times already.
We've done Nicolas Cage more than that on this very show. Go ahead. I'm
2018 for 5 points under sex and nudity. A girl eats a corn dog in front of 2 teenage guys and puts it into her mouth as if she's doing oral sex.
That is like every
Don't
movie.
help the men. They'll be terrible about it.
For 4 points under profanity, Agent Burns and Charlie say the word shit a few times.
I feel like this should give it away, but I don't know what it is.
I don't remember what it's. I don't remember if it has like a subtitle name.
All right, well, let's see what you're guessing.
The latest Charlie's Angels movie. I guess the Spider-Man's in it.
I mean, it's not, but there is a Spider-Man in this. I couldn't use that movie, but I think Hailee Steinfeld pops up at the very end of that movie. Spider-Gwen.
I mean, hey, The Rock popped up at the end of The Mummy. It can work. It's a credit.
I'm done trying.
For 3 points under violence and gore, 2 human characters are killed on screen with an alien energy weapon that reduces them to a gelatinous liquid smear.
Gnarly.
The person who is done has buzzed in. Anybody else?
Just goes to show Sammy's
what do
a
you
liar.
think this time?
The Predator. I told you I'm done.
It is not the Predator.
Is there a Spider-Man in the Predator?
I don't know. I don't care anymore.
I'm pretty sure Nicolas Cage is in there somewhere. He's everywhere else tonight.
For 2 points under violence
shit in the
and
bag.
gore. Well, the tone of this film is much more lighthearted and inviting than the other films in the series. This features many sequences of robot-on-robot violence. Robots are shot, sliced in half, blown up, and the like. What do you
the
think
hell?
this? Hold on. Michael, what do you think?
I'm going to be wrong. Terminator.
Sammy, what do you think?
It apparently has a Spider-Man in it. It's a Transformers movie. I'm going to say I'm going to say like the Shadow of the Fallen. I don't know. They all sound like crap names. So like, I figure like combine some like ominous shit, and then
it is not. I'm gonna say Revenge of the Fallen is what you're aiming for there. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not Transformers there. It is not the Terminator.
Curses.
Final clue for 1 point under frightening and intense scenes. This movie is less intense and less violent than the previous Transformers films. This is due to this one not being directed by Michael Bay.
That'll do it.
Now is when you're supposed to give up, Sammie.
All right, Sammie, what do you think?
this is the Transformers movie with what's his name?
Oh, that one. Yeah, I remember that. Did you know what's his name? Oh, God, do you remember when what's his name won that award?
No, you can't.
I can't give it to anybody because Transformers isn't in the title of this movie. So you can keep guessing, but this movie stars Hailee Steinfeld.
It's Bumblebee. She isn't. Hailee Steinfeld's in it. God damn it! I actually really like this movie.
It's very. It's Iron Giant light, but it's still the closest we have to a live action Iron Giant. And she's great at it.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
No, I actually like. It's the good Transformers movie.
I kind of got over the Transformers movie, so I didn't watch the rest of them.
You can't see it.
All right. One movie remains. And it's kind of between two of you right now. And that's Kirk and Lloyd, both at 2 points. Sammie's at -4. Michael is at -5. Sammie, you get to pick the year. Would you like a movie from 2015, 2018, or 2019?
I'm saying 2015 because I spent this entire game trying to remember what that fucking Tobey Maguire chess movie is. Give me the clue.
You're already putting your hand up?
She's done that before, and it's actually worked out a couple of times.
2015. Come on.
All right, final movie of the night from 2015 for 5 points. Under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, lots of alcohol consumption from beer to hard liquor. Drunkenness on several occasions depicted, referred to, and induced.
This is, if it's not, I don't fucking know what to tell you. This is the Bobby Fischer movie Pawn Sacrifice, starring Tobey Maguire. That's a lot of preamble. That's going to be great if I'm wrong.
Oh, then it is great. It is not Pawn Sacrifice.
Listen, I'm like, I know it came out in 2015. I don't remember what it's called in this entire game. I've been like, what's a chess move? Queen's Gambit?
For 4 points under Sex and Nudity, at 1 hour, 10 minutes, 45 seconds, Kyoko is seen completely naked on a bed for a long time. Her buttocks, breasts, and nipples are clearly visible. Her genitals are between her legs and cannot be seen. However, the strip of her pubic hair is clearly visible.
Wow.
I think this departs a little from that Bobby Fischer idea.
Listen, he had a wild life.
For 3 points under Violence and Gore, with bloodied hand, Caleb punches that smart mirror in front of him, which is recording everything with a one-way screen.
This is...
Sammie, what do you think?
Listen, I'm going for the lowest score of the night, okay? This is 2015 modern day classic Caleb punches. Punches.
I want to see that.
Mirror. It was in all the film festivals. They did really great.
It is not Caleb punches a mirror.
They're watching me through the mirror.
For 2 points under Violence and Gore, a person hits a a person hits his robot in the face, and her lower jaw falls off. All right, Sammy,
Sammy's
what do
about
you
to
think?
guess it right now.
This is a real guess. I don't know what year the movie came out. I don't remember who's in it, but Ex Machina, it's about a robot.
It is about a robot. It stars Oscar Isaac. It is Ex Machina.
So you like tagged yourself for like 8 points and then gained back 2.
Yeah.
Which
Which means I could still be ahead of you.
It could be, yeah.
Final clue in that, under sex and nudity, while taking a shower, a person closes his eyes and fantasizes spending time with the AI robot he's evaluating in the forest by the waterfall, including up
Really
to them
romantic.
sharing a kiss, not explicit nudity. Now, this is probably the most embarrassing way we've had to go into this. Guess what, folks? We have a tie in first place right now. We have 2 gentlemen in first place with 2 points each, which I believe is the lowest winning score and will be tonight. But we can't have a tie in first place, so we need a sudden death tiebreaker. We just had one of these
Just
on the
remember
last
Pawn's
episode
Sacrifice.
we did. But this will
It's the
be
first. I've never been a part of a sudden death tiebreaker before.
this will be just between Kirk and Lloyd. I have re-randomized the movies, picked the one at the top of the list. This is just between the 2 of you. I will start reading through the clues. As soon as you think you know it, raise your hand. If you guess correctly, you win the game. If you guess incorrectly, your opponent wins the game. The movie that we are doing for sudden death came out in 2014. Again, this is just Kirk and Lloyd. See how
We're going
this
to get
goes.
it. They're not. It's going to be great.
First clue, under violence and gore, a man throws another man to a pit into his death. The man laughs maniacally at them. Under violence and gore, in the very first action sequence with a villain, there are lots of loud noises and citywide destruction. He is shown using his godlike powers to hurt people and cause lots of chaos during these images. Under violence and gore, a villain electrocutes several armed guards. They have severe burns on their faces, and one of them has a large hole in his chest. Under frightening and intense scenes, a young woman falls a long way and dies. The hero starts to cry because he was her lover. He says, "Stay with me." This may upset some viewers, especially younger ones.
Well, I know it too now.
All right, Kirk, do you know what this movie is?
No, but I'll guess. Amazing Spider-Man 2.
The winner of the game tonight is Kirk Broussard. This is the Amazing Spider-Man 2. We end the Spider-Man episode on a Spider-Man movie. The worst one.
I mean, again,
I mean, it's between that and Spider-Man 3. Like, I
haven't
Spider-Man
seen
3
that
has
one.
some good stuff in it.
Spider-Man 3 has some great. Listen, though there haven't been a lot of me. Actually, there have. Never mind.
That's a Garfield one.
That is a Garfield one.
Yeah, like
it's the one with Paul Giamatti as the
I
Rhino.
haven't seen that one. I was like trying to remember back because someone nailed it with the first one of his earlier, and I forgot.
Yeah,
like
you know
the
who that
year,
someone was? Lloyd.
the year, the year threw me off. I wasn't.
Lloyd, this was yours to lose.
I know, and I was thinking it, but I'm like, no, he's not.
That Rhino
It
hates.
can't be the same one again. No, he's gonna.
You
Gonna
know
be
Paul Giamatti movies. You
And
know
then
that's actually pretty funny. It's okay.
Well, the final clue in that, under frightening and intense scenes, although the movie keeps a consistent, upbeat, and fun tone, disagree. In sequences with Electro and Green Goblin, especially in the climax of the film, it can be quite dark and intense.
Oh, see, these clues are too obscure. Who would think of that? Electro, Green Goblin, such common names. You can see them in
They're all
anything.
PG-13, right?
That's
Like,
my cousin's name.
Never. Yeah.
See, Spider-Man
That was-
3 has something the Amazing Spider-Man 2 doesn't have, and that's charm.
And again, like, I really like what they do with the Sandman in Spider-Man 3. I think it's just a too much going on in that script. And if you don't like too much going on in a script, you'll hate Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 3 to me was like Saints Row 3. There was still a little bit of the previous two iterations. It just went way off the rails, but it wasn't terrible yet.
Well, that was The Amazing Spider-Man 2. This was Inappropriate Movie Database. Our final scores tonight, if you can believe it. Michael at -5, Sammie at -4,
I did.
Lloyd at
I did
2
still beat you.
points, and Kirk winning the game with 2 points.
Yes. So good.
Wow.
Wow. Good job, everybody. Thank you all for doing this. This was a blast.
Hell
I
yeah.
feel better about a trivia about Spider-Man, but
Yeah, no, this was one doomed to fail from the start.
Batman's next.
yeah.
Batman?
Yeah,
We
do the
already
Batman.
did Batman. We did that one like in January. No, we did that in March when the Batman came out.
Oh,
Yeah. It was a lot of Brad Pitt movies, a lot of Ben Affleck movies.
2 Professor Xaviers. Just try.
Just the
Did
Is
anybody?
there a character who dies more times in comic book movies than Xavier? I think he's died in the last 8 films he's been in.
At
Yeah,
least
and still just been back.
It just pops up again. Hey, I'm back. Let's wrap this up. Before we go, if there's anything you want to promote, anywhere you want to be found, or just any last words, Michael, is there anything you want to say?
I mean, I don't have anything new other than my books, Child of Love and Broken Pieces by Michael Valentine on Amazon. Stop being jealous, Sammie. And that's really all I've got.
Oh, awesome. I'm so happy you came back. Sammie, do you have what do you have going on?
Yeah. I run a bunch of shows. You can find information on all of those at Sammie James on all social media. I'm gonna give I got shows. I'll give actual like shows that I'm on. So Thursday, if you're in Philly and you want to go to an in-person comedy show, because that's a thing that you can do again currently. I'm at Philly 9 p.m. this Thursday. So the 29th at JJ O'Malley's in Fishtown in Philly. And then if you want to do the Zoom thing, you can do that the following night, Friday the 30th. I'm on KO Comedy. Always a good time. Free comedy. It's and like you can't go wrong with a lineup with me, Calvin Cato, Jackie Cation, Anthony Kapfer, and I listen. It's a great time, and God, I can't remember her name, but she's really great. Listen, it's a
Wow.
great. I know it's so bad.
This is what happens when you're in a show with Sammie. She's like, I'm in it. Screw the rest of them.
And Zilla, I
I'm
can't
good.
remember her last name. Okay, I can't remember Zilla's last name. Okay, I feel really bad. And then someone whose name I do remember. Okay, because he's on this show. It's gonna be one of the shows I run next month. So I'll talk about it again a couple times, okay? Every year, and by every year I mean last year and all of the years to come. I run a Zoom show called the Halloween Zoom Show, where I am in demon character the entire time, and I threaten to eat people's soul, and then I crown one of them the honorary demon of the night, and I interview all of them, and it's a good time. And maybe the person you talk to next is in it.
Excellent plug. Go see all of those. Lloyd, do you happen to have anything you want to promote?
Yeah, I'm on Sammie's show next month. And I'm either gonna have my soul eaten or be the runner-up to the honorary person that becomes important besides Sammie, which I don't deserve to be, so I don't expect that. But who knows, anything can happen. Other than that, I'd like to promote the fact that we were doing a show that had heavy Nicolas Cage movie references, and not one of them was Face Off, and I'm going to be angry about that.
Or Willy's Wonderland.
I'm going to go out there and knock out a Red Sox fan for reasons that they don't know, other than the fact that they went to see a Red Sox game in the middle of a rainstorm. Other than that,
Who's Victor?
I can be found on social media at Lloyd Legacy 617 on Twitter. Don't go there. TikTok, don't start one. And Snapchat, are you still on it? And I can also be found on Facebook at Lloyd Legacy 617. If you're not already on Facebook, just wait for Zuckerberg to die. Don't worry, Jeff Bezos is on that. And this week I have nothing really major to promote, but next week, the only thing I'm going to promote in person is next week. I'm going to be on this show again next Monday, and then on October 6th, I am going to be at a undisclosed location in my Michael Legacy Jackson karaoke attraction act in Boston, not New Hampshire this time, in Boston. Follow the Legacy Tour update page on Facebook for more on that, and I will turn it over to the rest of the room because it is late and the Red Sox fans are still yelling outside my window.
Lloyd, thank you. Finally, our winner, Kirk, first-time winner. Do you have anything you want to tell people about?
Yeah, I mean, my YouTube's Beats for Cats. My Bandcamp is DJ K Rap, but honestly, the best thing about this whole night, other than winning, is that at some point in the future, Lloyd's going to be sitting like eating in a restaurant with friends or something, and someone's just going to casually say, "Hey, has anyone seen the movie This Boy's Life?" And Lloyd is going to throw his glass of water against the wall and exit, and nobody will know why, but it'll all make sense. So yeah, no. Thanks for having me on. Thanks for having me on. This is always fun.
Always a joy. Thank you once again, Kirk Broussard, Michael Valentine, Lloyd Legacy Sharp, Sammie James. I'm Nick Martucci. You can find me on all social media at Blundering Idiom. Find the show on Facebook, search Inappropriate Movie Database, or click the link in the description of this video, Twitter and Instagram at IMDb Game. We do this show 2 times a week. Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on the channel you're watching. So like, subscribe, do all that YouTuber stuff. You're going to want to see more of these. What is this, 126? There's a lot of them. You can watch a lot of back episodes, and a lot of them have at least 1 or 2 of these fine folks on there. So check out that back catalog. And if you want to be a part of the show, I would love to have you. Please go to any of those social places, sign up for a date, be a first-time guest, or come back if you haven't been on in a while. And join
before
us
we go,
again.
I have to say this. The one episode you need to see of the show is the one hosted by Laura Clark.
Yes, L.C. Clark's 2.5-hour epic movies LC has seen. Still there, still the second most viewed video that we've done on this channel.
Watch it.
Perfect episode. Tune in on Thursday. We'll be back with another round of black and white movies, and that's got a great lineup. That's Connor Shanahan. That's Marty Viscosi, who I just see popping up in the comments. It's also Josh Pick and Casey McNeil return. So you're going to want to come back here 8 p.m. Eastern, and have a good night, everybody.